morning, this morning we're at Lokisx Customs. We are respraying the S14. Bit of an intro for the guys that are new to the channel. We're doing all the prep work. The metal work has just been done, so now we are up to the sanding stage. Lots and lots of sanding and prepping it for paint. So yesterday afternoon, before we went home, we done 7 coats of primer, which is this grey stuff, and then just then I've just hit it with some black, which is a guide coat for when you're sanding. So this was originally sanded down with 60 grit straight down to bare metal. We've then epoxied and sealed the metal. Sorry, it's morning, okay, I haven't had my caffeine yet. Sealed the metal. Then we've thrown the primer on it, and now I have to 240 block it all back and get all that black stuff off. And then I think maybe I have to coat it with the black again, and then I do a 400 with a soft sanding something or other that the guys were talking about. And then I've got to hit it quickly with 600 and then start working on the body kit and the parts, and then hopefully get anything else like the wings and the roof wing and the 3-6 power wing ready to go for Monday for the paint. This is actually several hours later. I'm about 65-70% through the 240 block. I'll give you a look. So I gotta get a smaller block. I'm still using this big one. I have to get a slightly smaller block with the 240 and just go over little bits like this, where I suppose I can get that, but like this stuff, like this is obviously a low point, and that's a low point, and I gotta be careful I don't go through. You see the tiny bit of fog coming through there. So funnily enough, like even though we've done 7 or 8 coats of the primer, it's not actually that thick, so you have to be really careful not to rub through on it, especially like on the doors here. And just like on edges, so like anything that's not flat. So again, on the boot, I'm being very careful because it goes down and then up. So if I go like flat, it'll rub through the metal on the edge here. Which I don't think I've done it on the boot because I was very careful, but yeah. And like if the panels are uneven, slightly like that, when you're sanding, it obviously hits into that and it'll sand that down to bare metal. Meanwhile, you're not really hitting the surface. So some of the points I've had to like lean on the bonnet or lean on the boot or push the boot up and stuff. I could open it up, but it's all masked up. So it would just be a bit of a pain to do that at the moment. That's alright, we still have a lot to go. Roof's come out not too bad. There's a couple of low spots. I'm being very careful again not to go through because this does have a lot of coats on it, but it's also got a lot of bog, like in patches on the roof, to try and flatten it out and smooth it. But yeah, we're getting there. This is the side I'm still working on. I'm going around in a circle. This is really filthy, dirty work, and I don't want to touch my camera too much, so I will show you once we're done the 240 and we're on to the 400, which will be on the DA disc, which is, it's just, where is it? It's like a foam disc, pretty much. So it goes on there, so it's not just rubber. Mark was explaining to me the reason you do that is so when you are sanding it, it doesn't create like scallops in the paint, so when you press down and it's uneven and it digs circles into the paint. Sorry, not into the paint, into the primer. Alright, I'm gonna get back to it. I'll talk to you guys in a sec. Probably about 5 hours later. It's like 7 PM. It's dark. Dead dark. So the 240 is finally done. It's taken me pretty much most of the day. However, the guys aren't too happy with how it's come up. There's still a lot of like, not a lot, but there's a couple of low spots that they want to fix, like the ones on the bonnets here. Anything that's pretty much black is a low spot. The roof is probably the worst. They've got a couple of little minor spots on the doors. There's a couple on the boot, but I kind of sanded them out. A couple on the door there, and a couple just there. Nothing dramatic or anything. Like this would be fine for a drift car, but this is a street car, drift car, and the biggest thing is it's going black, so you will see everything with black paint, so the guys want to make sure it looks good for me, which I'm more than grateful for. So it's been an awesome learning experience just doing this, getting covered for the last week and a bit now, and we got another probably a week ahead to go, where I'll be back next week to finish sanding off and prepping this to paint, and then we'll paint it, and then we're still going to put it all back together. vlogs are probably not the usual, and you have a lot of background noise, not much editing, but I want to show you guys the process of what's going on and keep you updated with this as well as the 32, because the S14 will be taking on a lot of the daily duties, a lot of the drifting, and you'll probably see this probably more than the 32 for most of 2023, because I think the 32 is probably going to take me until at least September, October to get done at least. So it might be a 2024 car the way it's going. Whereas this will be out and driving, fingers crossed, if all goes well. The clutch is a mystery clutch. We have no idea how much meat's left on that clutch. The motor is a mystery motor. It hasn't ran probably in 8 years. And the car itself hasn't been registered since, oh, the window's out, since 2009, I think was when the car was last registered. So it is a mystery car. It needs some work. It needs some TLC. I need to do some maintenance. I need to brake. I need to bleed the brakes. I need to bleed the clutch. I need to find out if there's anything else major I need to worry about. I think there's a car steering leak as well. It needs new coilovers, and that's just a start. We don't know if it needs any pushes or if any of the joints are screwed out. Nothing yet. So I don't even know if the gearbox is okay. So it's gonna be fun. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Blake was shooting moves. Yes, the paint shop has a basketball court painted in.